Hey guys, so I've never really done an official story time video before, but I kind of wanted to do one um, just because I wrote a story about this in my creative writing class and in our memoir unit, and it got me thinking that maybe I should post it in a video. So, yeah. Okay, so I've had to get stitches like twice. Well, more than twice if you count getting my wisdom teeth out or getting other teeth pulled and that kind of stuff. But um I have had to get stitches in my face twice. I had to get stitches up on my eyebrow and down here. You can still you can I mean you can still kind of see it if you're really looking for it, but the scar. But there was a scar down there at one point. Um, so I guess I'll talk about the ones that I got on my cheek first because they happened when I was really little. Well, not when I was super little, but they happened when I was younger than. Okay, let's just start that over. They, I got these stitches before I got the stitches in my eyebrow. Okay, just clarifying. Okay, so the stitches in my cheek. So we were camping at this campground, and like the roads that they had going around the campground, some of them were dirt, like gravel roads, and some of them were paved. Um, so we were in our campsite, and we were going down to the lake. And to get down to the lake from our campsite, we had to go down one of these dirt, gravelly type of roads, and we wanted to ride our bikes. So I rode my bike, and my cousins, my two of my cousins rode theirs, and then they're older than I am, and then my younger sister was riding her tricycle or something like that. And so we're riding down, and this road had a pretty steep hill, and I had just gotten my training wheels off the summer before, so I was getting used. I was probably 7-ish, 6 or 7, and I had just gotten my training wheels off the summer before, so I hadn't really rode my bike very much in that time span. So I was still kind of trying to get used to riding my bike without training wheels. So I was still really wobbly. Well, we were going down this hill, and we decided that it would be a good idea to race. So we went down this hill, racing on our bikes, and obviously it didn't end very well because I got stitches. But so I was going way too fast, and I needed to stop myself. So my first instinct wasn't to use the brakes in the pedals, but it was to use the brakes on the handlebars. And so I used the brakes on the handlebars, and I ended up flipping my bike over, and I ended up in a ditch on the side of this road. And we were only about halfway down this hill. So I flipped over, my bike landed in a ditch, and I landed my face landed on a tree branch of some sort. There was a bunch of tree branches and stumps and stuff. And I landed on one of those anyway, and it went through my cheek, and it was probably a hole about that big, and it went through my cheek, and I had and like my dad ran down like asking if I was okay, and I was like crying, and he carried me back to our campsite at the top of the hill, and like yeah, and so we all went back to the campsite, and my mom grabbed like a rag out of like a washcloth and like had me like hold it against my face uh to like try and stop some of the bleeding, like to minimize the bleeding. And my dad was like moving stuff around in his truck so I could get in his truck so we could go to the emergency room, which is 30 minutes away. So we got to the emergency room, and I like had to have stitches, and I don't even remember how many stitches I had. Honestly, that was so long ago. I don't remember the exact number, but I had a lot. And once it was closed up, it ended up being like the scar thing was like an inch long, about like an inch-ish long. And yeah, so it was very like terrifying just because I was so young that I had no idea what was going on. I was in like a different place, like I wasn't at home, so that made me even more scared. So I was like, this isn't the normal like doctor's office that I go to, you know. Um, so it's like I don't know, it was just very terrifying. So now I guess I'll go to the scar on my eyebrow, which you can't really see. I have like, oh, it's like right here. It's like 3 like white dots, I guess. It's the best way to describe it. Yeah, so we were playing, like my sisters and I were like running in the house, and in our kitchen we have this like stand, and it's got kind of sharp corners but not super sharp. And so we were running in the house, and I was like running into the kitchen, and I slipped on the kitchen floor, and I like hit my head on the thing, and I ended up cutting my like eyebrow right there. And it wasn't too bad. Like it wasn't very deep. Whereas on my cheeks it was like really deep. But the one on my eyebrow wasn't very deep, but it was like it was like pretty long, so it needed like stitches. So we had to go to urgent care to get some stitches, and it wasn't as bad going that time. I was probably like 10-ish. Yeah, probably 10. It wasn't as bad because it was only like a 15-minute drive, and the like my cut, it wasn't very deep, so it wasn't as scary. Like I wasn't bleeding everywhere. Yeah. So sorry. So yeah. Um that was my like experience with stitches. Sorry, I felt like I had to yawn again. Um that was my experience with stitches. Those probably won't be my last experiences with like having some sort of accident and needing stitches, because I'm a very clumsy person. But yeah, so hope you enjoyed, and I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.